Alright guys, I'm here at my local farmers market, Flint Farmers Market, and I just like to support my local businesses even when it's snowing like crazy. Alright, let's go in. Alright, let's take a look at some of the things I got. I got some Spanish peanuts right here. Raw peanuts. Some pears. Some more peanuts from another place. There's got some wheat bread. I think it's baked wheat bread. Some hummus. And apple bread. Nice. You know, a lot of people say that they don't prep because they don't want to live in fear. And my response to that is, insurance isn't necessarily fear. Protecting yourself isn't necessarily fear. You know, for example, you get house insurance, home insurance, because you want to be covered in case there's a fire. Well, I mean, does that mean that you're sitting in your house living in fear because you have insurance? No. It just means that you're willing to pay a little extra in case some type of disaster happens and something happens to your house. Just common sense there. You can choose to have it, you can choose not to have it. You can choose to have car insurance. You can choose to have health insurance. You can choose, well, some people don't have much of a choice in that, but you know, you can choose different types of insurance. I don't understand why you would spend $50,000 on a car or multiple cars. You'll spend money on concerts. You'll spend money on video games, but you're not going to spend any money to actually protect yourself. You're not going to get food and water insurance. That's how I see it. You're just providing insurance for yourself by storing food and water in case something happens. A lot of times these people, their response is, oh, well, it won't happen here. Oh, that's not likely to happen. Well, okay, here's the thing about a prepper versus a non-prepper. A prepper can store food and water and have a firearm available and learn how to use it and be prepared. Have medical stuff, first aid, gear, and items that they know how to use. And if nothing happens, they still have that stuff. They may never use it, but somebody else may be able to use it. But even if they don't use it, they just have peace of mind in knowing that if something happened, they could at least respond. A non-prepper has to be right every day of their lives. Okay, a prepper can say, I'm going to prepare in case something happens, and if nothing happens for the rest of his life, it doesn't matter. The prepper's set. The non-prepper, if they're just wrong for one day, if something happens just one day, they're going to regret it. So that's how I view it. I don't view prepping as living in fear. Anyway, I'm sitting here waiting on my sister, and while I'm waiting on my sister, I'm reading this book, The Prepper Next Door, actually written by Charlie Palmer. Great book if you want to start to get into prepping. Covers a lot of interesting topics, guns, first aid, all kinds of stuff like that. It goes into a lot of detail as to some of the things that a lot of preppers and a lot of people reported as being pretty useful. For example, trauma pads, sterile pads, a lot of, those are some things you just have in your first aid kit. Triple antibiotic ointment, some tape. You know, a lot of stuff like that this book really covers, goes into guns and light and, you know, all that stuff. So if you're looking for just a way to really get into prepping, it's a good book to really check out. And I actually like to keep this in my vehicle, so when I have some spare time, I just sit here and I'm able to read if I'm waiting on my sister or whatever, or my mom or whatever. I recently went to the Flint Farmers Market. I've been going there a lot more recently because I like the idea of supporting local businesses. I like the idea of supporting people in your own area, okay, not just big corporations. And I encourage people to not only go to their local military surplus stores and see if they have any good gear, prepping gear, but also check out your local farmers market. You know, especially if you're looking for organic food, if you're looking for the type of food you might not necessarily find in your traditional grocery store or your Walmart or whatever. Especially if you're looking for food that may not be loaded with preservatives. If that's important to you, check it out. So there's a lot of good options out there. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't forget, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today.